This is ABC 7 Breaking News.
Now, breaking news this noon is from the U.S. Supreme Court. A huge blow to President Obama's health care law. This morning, the court ruled that corporations can hold religious objections that allow them to opt out of a requirement that they cover contraceptives for women. The justices were 5-4 on that decision.
And now the Obama administration must find a different way to provide free contraception to women who are covered under plans with objecting companies. Jeanette Reyes is live outside the U.S. Supreme Court with reaction today. Jeanette?
Well, Autria, you mentioned this is a blow to Obamacare, but it's also a blow. A lot of protesters here say that it's also a blow to many of the rights of hundreds of women around the country. Now, hundreds of people on both sides of this controversial issue gathered on the steps of the highest court, anxiously waiting on that verdict, and the Supreme Court voted in favor of Hobby Lobby, whose owners argued that the Affordable Care Act's mandate to cover contraceptives was against their religious beliefs. Now, opponents say organizations like the Arts and Crafts Store are not people and therefore cannot exercise religion, but the Supreme Court says that corporations can hold religious objections that allow them to opt out of this new health care law, but it did stress that this verdict only applies to corporations that are under the control of just a few people. Still, it's a major win for those who are pro-life.
I am equal to men. I was created as a human being, and birth control and abortion will never make me more equal.
I'm pretty disappointed. It sets a precedent for women's health care that companies have a right to say that women shouldn't be able to have this choice.
And this is a very narrow verdict, admittedly, because it only refers to smaller organizations that are only owned by a few people. And the court also stressed that the government can also provide the care that these organizations refuse to provide to their employees. So they say it's kind of a compromise between the two issues. Reporting live at the Supreme Court, Jeanette Reyes, ABC 7 News.
Jeanette, thank you, and look for more on the High Court's ruling on WJLA.com and then again in our evening newscasts. Senior political reporter Scott Thuman will take a closer look at the implications at 5 and 6.